You are listening to Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. Let's jump first into cryptocurrencies. We will start with 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin down for the day 1.66%. We see the high that we had last week of 71,957. This week, 70,601. And again, you can look at this chart and see that it continues to track 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're not reaching the high that we reached last week. If we try to redraw our trend line, we can't connect 3. We'll connect these latest 2. We have a doji here on Tuesday, a red doji after, 6, 7 up candles, green candles, we'll say. Again, we hit that high back on May the 20th. That would have been May the 20th, Monday, and Tuesday, May the 21st. We hit the high of 71,958, and we haven't hit that yet. We will pay close attention to what's going on the 2-day here as it's starting a doji. We haven't seen one in quite a while. Of course, that is 14 days of up movement. And again, is it coming to an end? Don't know that it is. If we look back in time, we can see the 2-day, it will be something important when this candle finishes drawing on Wednesday. It could change. It's a week. It's a doji right now. If Bitcoin gets some sparkle to it, it could turn into a green up candle, but we will watch, wait, and see as we move forward in time. Let's look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum's reaching a higher high, I believe. 39.41 last week, 39.74, yes, although it is pulling back for the day, 1.52% right now. We can, of course, see where this week we had Ethereum reaching a higher high so far. So again, we'll pay close attention to that. We didn't have the kind of turnaround that we like, which is what? A green spinning top. We just had a Ethereum shoot up last week with lots of energy as far as volume. And we have to go all the way back to the interim low to the 8th of April. Is that not odd? And then what happened? It didn't hit that low again until, it turned around. We had the low on Ethereum of $2,845 and again, 2008. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like it hit 2,845. 2,815, so it did hit a little bit lower low right here, but didn't have any volume to it, and then turned around. Again, trying to find a pattern here can be difficult. When it goes into a tear, you can see it take off, but that really doesn't help us a lot. A green spinning top there with no volume. Of course, again, these are cryptocurrencies. They are different. They are harder to track. We fully admit that. We're doing everything we can to find patterns here. Again, watching what's going on, hoping that these will clean up their act and get a little bit better. You guys know what we like. We like nice, if it's going to be a turnaround from going down to up, we like nice red down candles. We like an interim low with higher average or higher than average volume, a green spinning top turnaround, and an up move. We don't have that. Let's look at where we are on this is Bitwise 10 Crypto Index Fund. What is it? It is the top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted as per market share. And of course, we had the high last week of 38.50. This week, 38.56, so we're reaching a higher high by 6 cents so far this week. Had decent average volume last week. Of course, shortened trading week this week. We didn't have any kind of interim low volume that helps us out in finding the bottom. We had a green spinning top and then things went up. You say, okay, just wait for a green spinning top, jump in. Well, you had a green spinning top here and it nosed over the next week. You had another, depending on how wide you make it, you had sort of a green doji. And of course, over that next week. So it's hard to find patterns here. Again, even if you want to try to go to a smaller chart and trade off of it, doesn't give you a lot of confidence being able to find patterns here. But we will pay close attention as we move through time and see what we can learn from these charts. Let's move on to commodities. We look at copper. We've been following copper as it has just been blowing it out over the last many, many weeks. Copper now busting through that weekly trend line this week, although it was up for the day, 2.29%. We see that copper opened lower. That's what the red volume here means. Really, really high volume last week, hitting that interim high. And of course, this week, we're almost up to half the average volume just now. So we'll pay attention. We have those 2 down candles. Like I said, copper up for the day. That's on the 2-day chart, 2 down candles. Half-day chart, booming up in the morning, pulling back just a little bit in the afternoon. Again, a big up day for copper, even more so for silver. Now, the high last week on silver, 29.56. This week, 29.34, up 5.41% for the day. 2 spinning tops on the 2-day candles as this one closed. And we can see where silver boomed up in the morning and about the same in the afternoon, moving away from that weekly trend line as we have stair steps moving up. We'll continue to keep an eye on copper. Of course, we had the interim low on copper with higher than average volume. A turnaround here with average volume on the green candle. Wasn't a spinning top, but was a small green candle. When you have big green candles with huge wicks, makes you be a little more trepidatious. This was not, and things have served us well with that turnaround in silver. Okay, let's look at the U.S. gasoline fund, up 1.42% for the day. Started moving up some on Friday. And then, of course, we are holding right there on that prior trend line. So we'll pay attention as Monday started off strong in gasoline. See where that takes us. Tuesday. The Friday-Tuesday candle again shows us a red spinning top, almost a doji, so some indecision there. We'll pay attention as we move through time. And of course, look at oil. Oil itself, again, turning around with a green up candle, green spinning top on the 2-day chart. And of course, up in the morning, further up in the afternoon on Tuesday, the first day of this shortened trading week. We'll see if indeed we are going to have a turnaround here. Volume is not helping us out a great deal. We don't see the interim low with the volume backing it up. We just have down candles and now a green candle. Lastly, we'll look at wheat. Wheat, again, up for the day, just barely 0.16%. Not reaching the high of last week, but wheat has been on a tear since it rotated around with really high volume back on the week beginning 22nd of April. And again, marching up slowly but surely. Lastly, we will go to our currencies around the world. We'll start with the British pound, going into the 5th week of up movement on the pound, up for the day 0.23%. Nice 2-day candle as things have been moving up. We can see where the pound was up in the morning on Tuesday, pulled back a little bit in the afternoon, but again, moving in the right direction with higher highs for the week. The euro, where is it? Well, we look at where the high was back on the week starting the 13th of May, $100.49. Last week, $141, so a little bit lower. This week, $154, so reaching a little bit higher high. Not a big candle yet. Volume doesn't help us out a lot here with the turnaround, but again, we see the euro again trying to continue moving up. Unlike the Japanese yen, which again, down for the day 0.15%. Saw the Japanese yen look like it tried to hit a bottom and move around for a couple of weeks. Dojis, red dojis, the week of the 29th of April and the 6th of May, starting both those days. And since then, heading down. No luck for the Japanese. That is where we are as we review for you, like we love to do once a week, charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies. Always nice to sort of see what's happening in these bit of a different ETFs. Gives you sort of a broad spectrum analysis of things around the world. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.